Welcome to a Best Song Ever special presentation. We have a great episode planned for you next week with some great songs, but we wanted to celebrate a momentous occasion in the world of music. Miss Taylor Swift put out a new music video last night. We reacted to Antihero when it came out. By the way, I'm Luke Lebed. Kevin Connor's here. I didn't say that, but we're here, and I'm so excited. This thumbnail just looks really cool. It's Taylor in some like sort of lavender water. So I'm just so excited to watch this video. We're going to watch and react. We have not watched it yet. So this is our live raw reaction. And then we're going to talk about it a little after. You ready to go, Kev? Ready to watch this video?
And before we get into this is among my favorite songs on Midnight. So
yeah,
Midnight. So I'm very excited.
And this is one that we didn't maybe appreciate when we first reacted to the album the day it came out.
Yeah.
But then definitely became one of our favorites the more we listened. So, all right, let's get ready to click play on Taylor Swift Lavender Haze official music video.
All right, Luke, first impressions. Go ahead.
I loved it. I mean, it was awesome. Very like, I love Michel Gondry, who made Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and he made that movie, The Science of Sleep, with Gael Garcia Bernal. And there was very, like, cartoon clouds. It was, like, sort of like a kid show. And I get that vibe from this really well done. Like, the cloud hanging over her and then, like, the set sort of falling apart. So I thought it was beautifully done. Loved it. Also, the idea of the lavender haze, like the way she lays in the cloud at the end, I think is very cool. Just that idea of just like, I don't want to face the harsh realities, just trying to deny it as long as you can before inevitably facing it.
I think the thing I'm bumping on it, like Taylor Swift.
You're bumping?
I'm
bumping.
That
beat, baby.
I'm not coming in negatively. I'm coming in asking Taylor for more. Because she's directing all these music videos, right? I feel like conceptually, and even like in the production values, it is wholly adequate. Cool music video. Like,
it's holy, like it's about Jesus.
No, like it is
also adequate.
It is. That is an accomplished music video. Like it did what it was trying to do. I just feel like Taylor Swift is the biggest artist in the world, or arguably one of the biggest artists in the world, and conceptually it was fine. The production value, it was fine. It was good.
I thought it was pretty good.
But like I want to see.
You can accomplish those kind of things without sinking some money, like the set falling apart, the fish swimming around.
Listen, I think
that costs some money.
I just like, I want to see great. I want to see amazing. Like she has put so much of her personality and like production into the album that like this was fine. I think it was cool.
This one was a little more contained, I will say. You didn't have any major cameos like the other ones.
That's
had
fine.
John Early, Mike Birbiglia, and Mary Elizabeth Ellis, and then you had the Haim sisters and Laura Dern in Bejeweled. Definitely high production value in those videos. This one does feel a little more insular, like a bottle episode. It's all in that house, in that relationship. But yeah, I think the sort of kids show, almost like intentional cheapness look, but obviously like a more fancy version of that. Like
but
it's made to look 70s and vintage, and I feel like just both those themes like really click with me. 70s and then like the Michel Gondry type.
I would also like the lavender water sequence. That was probably the best executed part of that music video. And
that's a more modern music video,
but also felt very out of place within it for me.
It did. It sure did.
And like, we both have worked in production and on music videos. Nothing ever as good as this. But like, I just feel
debatable.
Given essentially infinite money, infinite resources, I would like to see a little more. I would like to see a little more luster on it. Like Bejeweled, not my favorite song, but the video kind of ripped. Like they did a lot on it.
Say this about the video. It's funny. We were over at a friend's house and Kyle's like, "Oh, let's play." We were all like playing things on YouTube, and a room full of people. And Kyle picks Bejeweled, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" There's a sketch in the beginning, and it goes on for so long.
Oh god!
Obviously, it's the Haim sisters and Laura Dern. You're gonna get as much as you can.
There is nothing worse than playing something a little too long for a group of people.
And it's just like, oh, it was uncomfortable. But no, I feel like, those, isn't she putting out a video for every song?
I think so.
She's gotta pick her battles, but I was impressed by that video. I thought it was cool. But also, it doesn't take that much to impress me.
It's like a 7 out of 10 for me. Like, it's good.
That's fair. I'd give it a 8.5.
Okay. Like, am I going to go back and rewatch this music video? I like maybe once, twice, see how they did a few things. But, like, I have very high expectations. And I'm watching this with a critical eye. And oftentimes, when I'm watching something for the first time, I, like, turn my critical brain off. I'm just like, get into the moment, let it just like do its thing, and maybe that's a me thing versus a Taylor Swift thing. Midnights I didn't love, and now it's among my top 10 of the year.
That's what I was gonna say, Kev. Is maybe give it some time, because that's how we thought about the song. It's like, that's not my favorite. It's kind of cool. Now it is like probably top 3, and so hey, maybe the video will grow on you too.
Perhaps.
And Kyle, my wife, was saying right before we came on that we had a missed opportunity to bring her and Annie, because they're the ones who are really plugged in to all the Taylor Swift Easter eggs. And so it's like we're probably missing some key info that was in that video.
Listen, let's do it for the next one. I'll convince Annie to wake up because she is asleep right now. Because this is the best song ever. Mornings.
Yep. Wakey wakey. Vid from Tay Tay. All right. On that note, why don't we move along? We're just going to shout out. We're going to skip touts. This is like a makeshift mini, but we're going to go right to the new Music Friday releases out today that we're excited about in shouts.
I'll just say on touts that like all the albums we shouted out last week were really good. And if you didn't listen last week,
agree.
First of all, how dare you? Second, go to the Best Song Ever Discord, and we linked them all. Luke always links them all.
We've been sharing a bunch in there.
He's busy as hell every Friday morning, tippy-tapping away on his keyboard to share the best of
I've
music.
been on top of it now. Yeah. And there's some good stuff out this week. You want me to start us off?
Yeah, go for it.
One of my favorite artists who I played on the podcast played the opening track from this album, Kill Her Freak Out. This is the album Honey by Samia. Super excited.
The baby herself?
The baby herself. The song Honey is super great. It has a fun video out. And I was just revisiting. She released like 6 singles before. Some interesting new directions for Samia. And there's the one that goes on for like 5.5 minutes, and there's like some sort of audio clip and like ambient ending. It's called Sea Lions. Very cool. So some cool stuff from Samia. I like to see the new direction she's going in.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the ideal amount of singles?
I'd keep it 2 to 3.
That's what I feel like.
If your album's 10 to 12 songs long, I'd say 2, maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like to give you more, and I don't mind it, but then it does maybe decrease the sort of like discovery of the album when it comes out.
I feel like I've seen albums where half of the songs were singles, and I'm like, like the bummer of that sometimes is that like, okay, I've heard half of these songs, probably the best half sometimes.
And I think she saved a couple good ones that I didn't see on that list. So
I really like.
I don't think she gave them all away.
I'm a big fan of dropping an EP ahead of an album. and like having like a single type song and then maybe like a B-side, something like that, and then maybe 6 months later dropping the full album. That's been happening more and more, and I really like that.
Yeah. Next up, shouts to King Tuff, who I played back in 2018. Small Town Stardust. Heard a song from this. That was very good. So excited to check that out. Also, Fucked Up. Great band with some screamed vocals. Yeah. They released 3 singles from this album, which, great number. And they were really good. So I'm excited that Fucked Up is back. It's been a few years.
I loved their last album.
Yeah. And then H.C. McEntire, great singer-songwriter, had a good album a couple years ago. Every Acre is out today. Then we got Lil Yachty with Let's Start Here. Great looking album cover, so I'm intrigued. I like Lil Yachty. And then Sam Smith with Gloria. Na, 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 na. I hate it. I respect him as an artist. Respect the journey. Music's trash. Sorry. I'm like, dude, he goes on SNL and there's like that one clubby song, which I get it. I get the appeal. But then it's like some church shit for the next one. I'm like, what is happening?
We watched SNL live for the first time in years on Saturday. Like we were just, there was like a bunch of football on. Luke, that's an American sport that's very popular. And then like it was just like 11:25 when it ended. And I was like, fuck it, let's put on SNL. And first of all, you just never forget. You always forget how many stickers an episode of SNL has. But we made it to Sam Smith, and it started, and Annie and I both just like, I'm ready for bed, and we just turned it off.
But hey, maybe there's some gems on that album. So Sam Smith, Gloria out. What do you got, Kev?
I just have one album and a little bonus shout. S.G. Lewis with Audio Lust and Higher Love. I was a huge fan of his album Times. I think it was in 2021. Kind of a electronic club. Really like kind of samply. I would say maybe in the realm of like Roosevelt, who I've played on the podcast before. So I'm excited for this one. And then Luke, I've got a video game shout for you.
Hell yeah!
It came out Wednesday. Called Hi-Fi Rush, and it's from Bethesda and Tango Gameworks, and it is an action game that takes place entirely on beat with the soundtrack.
Oh, that's cool.
So literally every input you make gets like increased damage if you do it in like on the beat, and like your attacks are like quarter notes and half notes. And like it's syncing stuff up, and everything in the world is like there's like steam gauges that'll like go on and off with the beat, and all the platforms and stuff will go with the beat. So if you're a fan of music, I'm only like 2 hours into it.
That sounds exactly what I want.
But it's had like the Black Keys and 9 Inch Nails in it. Like they've licensed some pretty cool music.
So it's that kind of music. Okay.
Well, and they've had a bunch of original stuff.
Like popular music.
A mix of both, but. Like as music fans, I feel like it's something that is very, very fun to do, to like be on the beat, and you know, learn how shitty I am at keeping rhythm.
We've been playing. I got a video game tout too. Me and my wife have been playing this game. It Takes Two, split screen co-op game. It's super fun, and one of the last levels, we're very close to the end. And I've been waiting for where's the piano. I saw it in the trailer because, you know, I play piano. And so it's like their passions they have to rediscover, and hers is singing. So it's like you go. There was like a whole instrument level, and it's super fun. And you had to do similar stuff on beat. And so I'm like, that sounds exactly what I want to play right now. So check all that stuff out. And like I said, we'll be back with a full episode next week. I'm Luke Lavender saying, you better check your perspec.
And I'm Kevin Connor saying, go ahead, chase those lavender waterfalls.
This is the best song ever. Lavender Haze edition.